What's up, you guys? My name is Taylor. Welcome to Tesla Photographer, the channel where we talk about Teslas. Today we are talking about an add-on to Andy Sly's beautiful video on every dollar he spent on his Tesla Model 3. The reason I'm doing this is to provide more information to the community on top of Andy's great video. His video is going to be the first thing in the description below, so be sure to check his out. He has a long-range rear-wheel drive he got in early 2018. I got my dual motor long-range in October 2018. So we have a great amount of time together with our cars, and we have a great amount of data to give. So all this video is this is going to be his similar video, but more data for you guys, so you can watch his and mine and you can start to see the numbers. At the very end of this video, I'm going to compare both of our numbers. Andy is 3 years into ownership. I am 2.5 years, so just account for that when you hear some of these numbers, and mostly the final numbers at the end. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hang out with me for some more Tesla videos. Let's get right into it. So in October 2018, I purchased this beautiful long-range dual motor with enhanced autopilot, the 19-inch wheels, and the white interior. Those are all expenses, by the way, so more spending. This totaled after tax and everything to be right around $68,800. But I want to throw some incentives in right now just to get it out of the way so we can finalize the price easier. I had $7,500 in federal tax credit, along with $2,500 back from the state. Literally, the state of California gave me a check for $2,500. My utility company also gave me $800 in credit for my electric bill. So we're going to count that into all the expenses here. So this comes out to be right around $58,000 exactly for this car, minus all the incentives, but plus all the tax, so $58,000. So right after you get the car, you have to figure out a way to charge it at home. So I purchased the installation of a NEMA 1450 plug behind me over here. Thank God the breaker is very close, so this was only $450. Comparing to Andy's video where his breaker is much further from his garage, his was about $1,200, which is crazy, so we lucked out there. And keep in mind, you want to get this 1450, and the reason why everybody gets it is because you can charge at about 30 miles per hour or 32 amps compared to what comes stock is just the regular 110 plug in the wall. Your regular outlet will only charge your car about 4 to 5 miles per hour. So big difference in charging speed there. And that's why we get that NEMA 1450. Similar to Andy, I also got the full front end clear bra on this car. So this includes the hood, front bumper, fenders, and your headlights and fog lights. I highly recommend this, and obviously Andy did it too for a reason. We get a lot of stuff beaten up the front end of this car, and it is a great way to have protection of rock chips and bugs and all that kind of stuff. I also noticed two other things with this clear bra and why it's worth it is I can wash the front of my car a lot more rough and get all that stuff that's caked onto the front off much better by being able to scrub a lot harder without scratching the paint. And the other thing is the clear bra keeps the car looking so much newer, and it really preserves that paint underneath. The joy of clear bra is you can pull it off whenever you want to, whenever it's getting old or whatever, and you have your same stock beautiful paint underneath. That was $800 for me to get only because of my Tesla presence on social media. So I'm gonna actually give you the realistic numbers, and the realistic pricing is about $1,500 for full front end clear bra. My next expense that I decided to do was this window tint here. I got a very dark tint. I also got the front windshield, but I did not get the sunroof. And this tint was $600 for a great quality ceramic tint. Obviously, it's not the craziest because that would be a lot more expensive, but I thought $600 for a great solid tint would be awesome. As you can see, I'm a very pale person and my eyes are very sensitive to sunlight, so the tint was a really big win for me. And yeah, that's why I got a little bit darker. So it's perfect. I'd highly recommend tint as well. And that was $600 for that. The next thing was stuff to keep this thing looking beautiful. As you can see here, it's very clean, and over the past 2.5 years, I've spent only about $100 because I have some other equipment here that we already had. to keep this car up. And some of that equipment is soap, cleaner, sprays, detail sprays, towels, all that kind of stuff. The other thing that was a big one for me was a foam cannon. So it sprays a foam for the power washer and it makes a nice touchless wash. So the soap on top of that, everything came out to be about $100 for that. Now, Andy mentioned he got a speeding ticket, which was around $200 for him. I am a fantastic driver. I always drive slow. You can tell by my car I'm a slow driver. So I have not gotten any tickets, but I will add my registration fee pretty much as a penalty because it's so ridiculously expensive for no reason. But that's $680 a year, you guys, I had to pay for this car. So 2 years down the drain, that is, so I've spent $1,360 on the last 2 years of California registration. Next thing is my full coverage insurance is about $600 every 6 months. So this came out to be about $2,400 for the last 2 years. So charging costs to charge this bad boy at home is $50 a month. So over the last 2 years, it's actually been about $1,200. And for me, supercharging has actually been free. So every time I go out to film and I go long distance, sometimes for you guys to get the content we need, it's been free. Thank you for using my referral code. That's the reason why it's been free. My referral code is down below if you want to use it. Although I recommend you use anybody's because I want you guys to get 1,000 free miles if you are to purchase this car. So use your favorite creator or your friend or whoever, but just be sure to use the referral code. I'd highly recommend it because you get free supercharging and you don't have to have it as an expense. And on this topic of charging, if you guys want a more in-depth breakdown and all this crazy talk about charging, I have several videos on charging. I encourage you guys to check that out. In this video, I'm just going to name the numbers here, so there you go. Okay, over the past 2.5 years and 58,000 miles, I've gone through 2 sets of tires. I have the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. These are the similar ones to the Performance Model 3. They're a little bit wider, and these are about $1,000 for 4 tires. And every time I've had to get my tires, which is 2 times, it's been 1 set. So a total of 2 sets I've spent, so $2,000 there. The next expense I had was I had to get a new AC filter. So while the Tesla service guy was in my house, I had him do that for $140. And hush, dear, I'm trying to film a video. So that was $140, but guess what, you guys? You could do this yourself by purchasing a great quality filter on Amazon or something like that. This type of maintenance is actually only around $40 at cost if you do it yourself. So from now on, I'm going to be doing it myself. I just wanted to throw that out there for you, but we are going to categorize this as $140 spent. And before we get into the final number, I want to just tell you guys this car clearly has a lot of modifications on it. And I'm not even going to throw those in there because this is so personal to me and what I like. I would never make that as a necessary expense for this car. So all this stuff you see here did cost something, but I'm not going to throw that in there. And you guys, I have other videos on pricing on that if you're interested. So overall, for 2.5 years or 58,000 miles to have this car, I've spent a total of $66,370 to have this car and do what I do and love this thing. And comparing this to Andy Sly, he's had it for 3 years. His long range rear wheel drive was $66,096. So once again, I want to remind you guys though that some of this information like insurance and my registration and stuff has to do with the price and the time and how many miles I drive. So some of this is going to be personal to me. But I thought this was a great way to provide some information for you guys, and I really loved Andy's video, and I wanted to throw another one out there so you guys can have multiple sources of data, and you guys can see with half a year difference, and we both were around $66,000. This is pretty cool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.